Hi everybody, my name is Kaylee and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay everybody, so for today's Christmas story, we are going to be trying to do this look that one of my friends sent me. Super cute. You know, we're gonna see if I don't fuck it up. Like, I'm probably gonna butcher it. Anyway, so I am going to just get right into it. I'm gonna bring you guys up close. There we go. Okay, so just the usual rundown. I do tell these story times in a first-person point of view, so if you don't like that, then you can head on out. Nobody's forcing you to stay. And for most of the video, I will be looking in this direction because my mirror's over here and I would like to see what I'm doing. Also, most of these story times are sent in by an anonymous user. Okay, I know I look crazy. I had to do my brows off camera. Can't do them on camera. It is what it is, okay? So I went to do my eyebrows off camera and didn't realize that the whole time my camera was still not recording when I went to do the candy cane eyeliner. Love that for me. Okay, so a little background information. I was 17 and a junior in high school, and Thanksgiving break had just started. Now, I went to a pretty large school, I would say. Like, we had a lot of kids in our class, even though we lived in a small town. But with that being said, every year, 1 to 2 girls would go missing around Christmas time. But there was a pattern. It wasn't just like random, like 2 random girls would go missing. No, it would be 2 white girls with blonde hair and blue eyes. And I'm also just not talking about, like, you know, random white girls. Like, they had to have certain features. Yes, the blue eyes and blonde hair, but they also had to be like very, very pale skinned. Well, on the news and in the paper, he was known as the Christmas Killer. And the headlines would be like, Christmas Killer torments the town again this year. I don't know, don't even ask me. The worst thing is that he would dump the bodies in the woods, so they would get covered by the snow, eaten by animals, and then they would be found whenever it was hunting season. It was just all over, a dark stain on what was supposed to be the most joyful time of the year. Anyway, so school had just started again, but everybody was already talking about Christmas break because nobody wanted to be in school. I would say I wasn't the coolest girl, but definitely had my little group of girls that I could trust. We love that. We basically do everything together, to be honest. Like, every spring, we would be on the softball team. We were also super good. So on Friday nights, our group would go to the basketball games together and sleep over at one of each other's houses. It was like a routine almost. We would all pre-game together and get ready. And then after, we would have Emma's mom take us to the game. So we get to the game, she tells us to have fun and be safe, and then she drives off. Well, as soon as we got to the game, we all got our slushies from the snack stand, and we went to the bathroom, and we thought we were so cool pouring our little vodka shots into our slushies. Terrible decision though. My 2 friends, they threw theirs out, and my other friend ended up vomiting. Thank goodness we were in the bathroom though, so nobody really knew. Eventually the game is almost over and we start gathering by the door to leave. Then out of nowhere my eyes started burning because of this really bright flash. So I look over and I see our school's yearbook editor / photographer taking pictures of us and other girls. So, you know, my friends and I, we decided to show some school spirit and get in some pictures with the mascot and everything. And then Emma's mom picked us up and we all went to her house. Later on that night, I want to say at around 1 in the morning, we were all watching a movie and playing on our phones when I get a notification from Instagram that someone had requested to follow me. Now, of course, I didn't think anything of it because, you know, that crap happens all the time. It was nothing, like, spectacular that happened, right? But then I realized that the account looked familiar, so I just let them follow me. Well, 3 weeks later, Christmas break is coming up, and even better, no missing girls. Now, I would say usually within the month of December, like early on in December, 2 girls would go missing. It wasn't like, you know, on Christmas Day, all of a sudden we all woke up and 2 girls were missing, you know? And it also wasn't blizzarding out like it usually was. Well, on December 21st, that's when all hell broke loose in my small town. So you know that uncomfortable feeling that you get whenever a guy is looking at you? Not like like in a, oh, like I really like you, so I'm gonna stare at you way, just like a creepy stare, you know? Well, I was standing in the hallway with my friends and I kind of got like this feeling that someone was just watching me and staring at me. So I turned around and it was the school photographer. But he was taking pictures of other people, but like the camera was facing towards me and people were standing in front of me. But I still felt that he was looking at me, not them. Well, to add on to that, he would constantly ask to take my photo. It even got to a point where he would come to my classes and ask to take me out of class and take my photos. Yes, I felt like it was super weird, but as a girl, whenever you freak out on somebody because you think things are a big deal when they really are, people will be like, oh, you need to chill, like, settle down, da-da-da-da-da. So I never actually said anything to him or anybody else about it because I didn't want to be told you're making a big deal out of nothing. Well, the school photographer would walk in my class at 1:15 p.m. on December 21st and ask for some more photos of me, I guess. And I guess my graphics teacher saw how uncomfortable I was. So he said to the photographer, nope, she's good. She's fine here. She doesn't need any more pictures is what he says. Well, then after that, my graphics teacher said that he wanted to have a talk with him in the hallway. So at this point, our whole class is like, what the hell is going on? Because it's like, he could have just said, nope, you know, it's fine, and then left it alone. But he was like, started getting heated with him. In my honest opinion, I just thought it was gonna be something like, stop pulling my students out of class, da-da-da-da-da. Because it was always in like the extracurricular activities, I guess, that he would pull the students out of. Well, that's not even close to what happened. A teacher comes over to our class. Another teacher who didn't have a class right then and there was like, hi guys, you know, like I'm gonna step in for Mr. Hessner's classes. So at this point, we're all like, what the hell is going on? Like, where did our teacher go? Why is everything so sketch right now? Like, what's the tea? So she tells us to get back to work and we're doing our stuff when all of a sudden we hear yelling in the hallway. So all of us went up to the door to see what was going on. We were looking through like that little window thing. Then a voice over the loudspeaker comes on saying that we are going into lockdown. Love that. So we all pretty much spent the next 45 minutes in lockdown until we were allowed to go home. Later that day, my parents got a call saying that I had to go down to the police station. For what? I have no idea. So I'm literally scared as shit. I didn't even think it had anything to do with the lockdown in school. So I'm sitting here thinking, oh my god, did they find out about all the times that we were sneaking alcohol into the games? Should I do like a little Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? I think that would be so cute. So I'm really scared at first and extremely confused until they showed me a picture and I instantly knew who they were talking about. And then he throws down the police officer or investigator, whoever I was talking to. He slammed this huge book on the table in front of me, and it was girls who looked exactly like me taking the same photos. Looking at the pictures a little bit longer, I realized that this was just no coincidence. These were all the girls that had gone missing throughout the past 7 years. And each like scrapbook picture had one girl on each page. And then when I flipped the page, it was pictures of everything that the guy had done to these girls with a newspaper clipping that had like missing up at the top. And then when you got to the last page in the scrapbook, it was a picture of me and the only thing that was missing was the back page. The worst thing is that this guy had hid under everybody's noses. Like, he was the guy at school that would take pictures of you for school spirit. No, he was a fucking weirdo and a murderer. And another thing, for example, he was a master hunter. So he knew the ins and outs of these woods. So he knew exactly where to dump the bodies, and he also had access to getting to know all of his victims in a not really creepy way. I'm just thankful that my graphics teacher had a good intuition and was able to save me from being another one of his victims. Okay, everybody, that is the end of today's story time. And if you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of me, maybe hit that subscribe button down below. And if you want to know when I post my next video, make sure to click that bell. And if you guys want to send in your anonymous story time, make sure to click the link down below. But I love you guys, and I will see you next time.